Hi guys, today we're going to talk about bar chart and pie chart as that will be part of your summer assessment. First part would be how to draw a bar chart. I'm going to post another video how to draw it as I don't have projector, so I'm going to show you just the key things you need to remember of. The first thing is you need to have a title. So every graph, every chart has to have a title. Then you have two axes. Don't forget you need to use your pencil and ruler, okay? What does it say? You should label each axis to say what it is showing. Here basically we have numbers. Here we might have type of weather, we might have period, we might have months, whatever it is. Basically we put numbers here and the other thing down there. Now, when you draw bars, you need to remember that all of them have to have the same thickness. Okay, you can't draw one bar for 2 centimeters wide and then another for 1 and another for half and so on. Everyone has to be the same. Then it's exactly the same between spaces, the bars. They have to be the same all the way through. It doesn't matter when you start the first one, but then between the bars you need to keep the same distance. Okay, so these are the key points. You need to have a title, you need to label your axis, you need to remember about your bars, the same thickness and the same spaces. Okay, so let's start with page 84. What does it say? We have a table, we need to fill in some figures in here, and then looking at it we need to draw a bar chart. Okay, so first of all, this is about national newspapers of Ireland and NI, and they publish circulation figures for newspapers, and these figures, these numbers, give us a number of sales per day for each title, and then advertisers know how well a newspaper is doing. Okay, and this is the average of all the numbers for 2 newspapers. We have Irish Time and we have Irish Daily Star. Okay, so basically the number of sales per day in these periods. Okay, we have Irish Time and the other newspaper, Irish Daily Star, and this is from 2005 up to 2011. Okay, this has to be felt. I did it for you. Okay, we need to round it. It's very hard to put these numbers into the bar chart unless you have a spreadsheet. You do it on your computer, and then you can put these numbers and the bar is drawn for you. But we're going to draw on our own. First of all, we need to round each number to the nearest thousand. Okay, so that means we need to leave 3 zeros at the end, and we are looking at just 2 numbers, 7 and 5. Okay, so this is 1,000, and we are looking next door. Do you remember that? Look the next door. If it's more than 5, you add 1 more. If it's less than 5, you just leave it as it is. Okay, so here we have 7 and 5. 5 is we go up, so we add 1 to 7. So we leave 1, 1, 8, and then 0, 0, 0 as we need to round it to 1,000. So we leave 3 zeros and we leave 2 first numbers, and then the only number that might change is this number. Then we have 7 here and 7, so we round it to 8. 8, 1, we leave it 8 as this number is less than 5. This is less than 5, so we leave 8. This is less than 5, so we leave 4. This is more than 5, so we need to round it to 6, and this is obviously more than 5, so we round it to 1. And the same in here, so we can just copy these numbers, and then I'll show you my graphs and you try to do it on your own. Remember, you need a pencil and a ruler. Okay, and this is page 85. All the pages you can find in LCA Maths 2 folder on Schoology. Okay, have a look. Now, you need to draw 2 graphs looking at all these numbers on the previous page. So first of all, we need to start with 2 axes, okay? And we need to label our graphs. So the first one will be Irish time, the second is Irish Daily Star, the second newspaper. We have our axis, we need to label them. You don't see it properly, but it says number of sales and number of sales, and this is period. So 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the same in here. We need to make sure we have the same spaces in here and in here. So basically, and you need to keep the same spaces in here. The first one is 80 thousandths. Next one, 90. Next one, 100, 110, and 120. Okay, and exactly the same. And here we have 80, 90, 100, 110, and 120. Okay, and then remember to have the same thickness of the bars. So I used 2 squares for each one, and the same in here. Okay, and just 1 square between the bars, and the same in here, and you can see it easily. Now, when you draw it, you look at the numbers from the previous page. The first one was 118. Okay, you have 120 in here, so basically it's a little below that, right? You can color in the bars, whatever you wish. Make sure you use pencil and ruler. Then, looking at this, you need to answer 2 questions. Describe the trend for each newspaper. So how do you think, how does it change? So here we can say it's exactly the same for the first 4 years and then dropped. Here it's nearly the same for the first 4 years and then dropping. Okay, so here we have the same level nearly, and here dropping. Now the second question is predict the figure for the Irish Daily Star in the next survey. So probably it will be around here. Okay, now let's go to the next page then. Now we have page 86. Here we're continuing drawing our bar charts. So what is it about? The first one, you have a table. What is it about? How European visitors to Ireland spend their money. And on the next page, on the next slide, you will have another table that would be how North American visitors to Ireland spend their money. Okay, now you can go to this website and check how to spend their money, okay, according to where they come from. But now we're going to look only at European and North American, okay? It says draw a chart by hand for one of the tables and use a spreadsheet for another. We're going to draw a bar chart for this one. We're not doing spreadsheet as we haven't done that yet. So we focus just on the first one. We need to put these numbers on our bar chart. So first of all, we have a title, how European visitors to Ireland spend their money, and then we have 2 axes. Here we put numbers as we said before. This is the title, percentage of total spend, and here we have items. Okay, so let's say we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and 35, and here we have food and drink. Okay, so these go on the bottom, these on the side. Okay, we have food and drink, we have bed and board, shopping, and so on and so on. Okay, so how to mark 34? We go and look where is 34. Okay, and make sure you have the same spaces. Here you can't put 5 in here and then use 3 squares to put 10. They have to be the same in between these numbers. Okay, then we have bed and board, so it's 30 to a little bit over 30. Then let's say we have 6 at the end. Okay, so a little bit over 5. That is 6. Okay, and then let's see for the next page. Okay, so looking at these 2 tables, this is from the previous page, this is from page 87. Okay, as I said, we don't have to make a separate spreadsheet. If you wish to practice, you can draw it and you can submit it to me. I can check that as well. Now, here we just have to answer 3 questions. First of all, which group of visitors spent the greater percentage of their money on food and drink? Let's compare that. So, food and drink, Europeans spent 34, and from America, 31. So, which group spent the greater percentage? Okay, basically these ones. Now, the second question is, which group spent the greater percentage of their money on bed and board? Bed and board, 32, bed and board, 28. So exactly the same answer. I'm going to just mark it E. And the last one is, on what 2 items did North American visitors spend more? Okay, now let's see. 34, 31, 32, 28, 16, 18. So this is the first one. Shopping and transport would be the next one, and this is another one. Okay, so basically you can pick any of these 2 to give answer as you need to include 2. So just fill it in into your book. Okay, here we're starting pie charts. Okay, so we have exactly the same information, exactly the same table from the previous page about how European visitors to Ireland spend their money. And now we are asked to create a pie chart. Remember, pie chart is like a circle. Okay, we have a circle and the whole circle is 360 degrees. We all should remember that. Now, how to put these numbers into the circle, how to mark it. Okay, so basically we simply multiply it. If we need to find what is 33% of the whole circle of 360, as we said before, it's always multiplication. Let me mark it. Okay, so we always multiply it. If we need to find percentage of a number, fraction of a number, decimal of a number, we always multiply it. Okay, so if we press 33 and then percent sign on our calculator, we know where the button is, and then multiply it by 360, we straight away be given the answer. Okay, we don't mark 122.4, we always round it. So 122.4 would be 122. And then we need to fill in the rest. So basically every single time we need to multiply 33% by 360, 16% by 360, 8% by 360. Okay, so these are the answers. You can check them out. And then what I want you to do will be submit me the pie chart. Okay, so basically we need to mark this on the pie chart. I'm going to post a video as well how to draw a pie chart, and I'm going to give you a link to the website that you can check how to draw a pie chart, a few hints how to check it. You can also do it on the spreadsheet if you have that possibility as well. Okay, if you have a printer and you don't have a protractor at home, you can print it from internet, or you can put this number into the pie chart online, and then you have pie chart, take a screenshot and submit it in here as well that you did it, right? On page 89 you have the second table to fill in. This is North American visitors. How do they spend their money? This is exactly the same as we did in pie chart. Here you need to enter the information and do it on the spreadsheet. You can use another website to do it for you. I started here. So basically, how do you do it? Again, the same as you did on the previous slide. You need to multiply this by 360. So every single time we are multiplying this by 360, and you can fill in the rest, and you can answer these questions into your copy. Okay, so the next page, page number 90, you have another example for pie chart. So another example how you can use it, how you can read information from that, or how you can present information on the pie chart. This is about cars. So basically, if you go to the website peep.ie, that provides information about many aspects of car sales in Ireland. And basically, this is about different types of cars like salon or estate. Now, in the table below, in this table, you need to convert the number of cars sold to a percentage. How you can do it? You are given a formula for that, okay? And this percentage is called the market share. Okay, so in your final exam, you won't be asking for a market share without a formula. Formula will be given for you. How does it work? Basically, first of all, we have number of cars sold. This is for hatchback, saloon, and so on. We need to add them up. We have the total. Now we need to convert it to percentage. How do you convert it? Number of cars sold, divide by the total and multiply by 100. Okay, so every single time you are asked how to convert the number of cars into the percentage out of total, okay, you need to divide these numbers by the total and multiply by 100. You can type it into a calculator. And again, we need to round percentages to the nearest whole number. Every single time you round it, you might leave it as it is if the next number is less than 5, or you might add 1. Okay, sometimes you might get 99%, but that's fine. Now, on the next slide, I show you how to draw the pie chart. I show you how to use another website to draw the pie chart, okay? You might draw a pie chart, or you might create it using a spreadsheet. And we need to remember to give a title and label each sector. Okay, so on the page 91 you can see there's the table to fill in, and there is an empty circle to fill in as well. Now you can see you can find all the pages, blank pages, in the folder LCA Maths Children's Schoology straight away. But in here I don't want to draw it. I want to just show you how to use different websites that you can do it online. Now this table has to be filled in first. So basically, how do you do it? You need to put market share and size of a sector in degrees if you want to draw it on your own. Now, market share, these numbers come from the last page, so you had them already in the table. Now, how to convert them in here into the size and sector into the degrees? So basically, you need to multiply this by, so you are multiplying by 3.6. Why? Because the whole circle is 360 degrees. And this is also 100%. If you want to get 1%, you need to divide 360 by 100. So that means 1% is 3.6. Okay, so 1% would be 3.6. So 100%, the whole circle is 100 multiplied by 3.6, which gives you 360 degrees. So if you multiply 50 by 3.6, you have 180, and so on and so forth. That should give you 360. It might be 4 degrees less, okay, if these were rounded. Don't worry. Okay, now I used website spark.adobe.com. So basically, how does it work? There are other websites as well. You can create bar chart or pie chart. But if you go to this website, you put the title in here, and then you put all the items and the value. It might be just numbers, it might be let's say 20 euro, 50 euro, it might be different numbers. Now, so you need to type them and then it's drawn for you. Okay, so it shows you all the pie chart for you, and you can see straight away hatchback is around half, it's exactly 50%. Okay, you have different colors here and you have all the names for every single sector. So you can try this website, or you can try another ones, and you can practice on your own as well. Okay, and the final thing is to make an oral presentation. What you have to be able to do for your summer assessment. Okay, so after creating bar chart or pie chart, you need to make oral presentation. For me, we can connect through Zoom, or you can just record it and send it to me. It's up to you. Now, here we have another example. This is about smartphone operating systems. Okay, so basically the diagram is done for you, and if you want to make a presentation, you need to have at least 3-4 questions that you can present looking at your chart. Here we have the sample questions, and the first one: which operating system has the greatest market share? Okay, what is the percentage difference between Android and iPhone? What's the percentage difference between Android and RIM, and so on and so forth. So looking at these diagrams, you can make your own questions. You can take some from here. It's up to you. It's how do you want to present your diagram? What do you want to tell me about your diagram? What you can observe in your diagram? So basically, what overall trend do you observe? And so on and so forth. So that would be for your key assignment, the last one, and oral presentation, and that would be your summer assessment. So basically, after going through the video and through your book, filling that in, practicing, this is just a repetition from last year's. You should be able to draw a bar chart or pie chart and present it. Okay, now key assignment is about filling in the table and present this information on the pie chart or bar chart. Okay, now how does it go? So basically, now find out the amount of money that each student in your class spent yesterday and record this in the table. Basically, you can't do it, or you can, but we don't go out to the shops as often as we used to. You can make these on your own. Okay, I know that we have just 7 or 8 people in our class, but I want you to make all of this filled in. Make it up. Okay, you can ask friends if you want to, or you can just make it up how much money they spend. Okay, so you know how much money you normally spend if the shops are open, and you can go whenever you want and buy whenever you wish, whatever you wish. Okay, so make it up, and then you can estimate basically. So we don't put €4.18, just round it, €4, €8, €20, €50, and so on. And then you can fill it number of students here. If you have, let's say, up to €4 4 times, you put number of students here. Okay, and just note 0 to 4 means up to €3.99. Okay, so you do not include 4 in here, you do include 4 in the next column, and the same in here. This is up €7.99, and you include 8 in here. And then let's go to the next page. On the next page, you just need to draw bar chart or pie chart. Okay, so it's not about putting the numbers on the website and submit it. You need to draw it on your own. You can check it on the website, are you correct? But you need to draw it. You might draw it bar chart or pie chart on your own. And then write down a few questions, 3-4 points that you want to tell me about your presentation, and then you can submit short video, or we can connect through Zoom to submit it. Okay, so as you can see, the last page of that key assignment is just a blank page to draw your bar chart or pie chart. It's great if you have squares on your page, but it might be blank as well. But you need to be very you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention to details. Okay, you need to use your pencil and ruler and protractor if you are going to draw a pie chart. Write down a few questions and then you can answer them in your oral presentation. So good luck. If you have any questions, let me know.